didn't want to make this video. I truly did not. But after seeing the many different takes on the Sonic93 drama, like this one right here, this one right here, just the more you scroll down, the more you see. I can't sit here and stay silent about it forever. I just can't. Sonic93, Ruth, whatever you want to be called, why in the Sam heck did you dig up drama that was over a year old? Why did you suddenly decide, oh yeah, this'll keep my subscribers interested? Adwin Gajinka made the video about me, so I should respond to it in the same manner I responded to Melody, with pettiness, jokes that don't land, and no evidence about things that happened. Yeah, that'll keep him coming for a long time. Now, I can't show the original video because Ruth, took it down, but Adwin Gajinka was gracious enough to put it in their video. I'm sorry, I don't know your actual gender. I'm very sorry. Anyone has already watched it by now, but heck, maybe I can watch it again so I can rage quit in the middle of it. I probably won't be doing that, but as you can see, Dunsville made a video about her today, and I haven't actually watched many of his videos. I have heard of him though, because Sonic93 mentioned she was going to do a video about him. So, let's watch it. And
hey everyone, this is a video that I never wanted to make, ever. This is a video on the Sonic93 situation. And
okay, mini nitpick here. Is there any way you can turn your mic just down a wee bit? I'm sorry, Mr. Donesville. I'm just kind of picky on, noise and sound and everything. Just, ignore me for the time being if you wish, please. Thank you.
and my thoughts and perspective and experience dealing with all of this. And the reason that I'm making a video on it now is because I feel like there is a lot of information and a lot of different stories that are very conflicting. There are different rumors and different stories going around. However,
He's right, there are a lot of conflicting stories, a lot of conflicting reports. Sonic93 has a different story than Ghost has. His story kind of goes with Box of Fox's story, which goes with Nani's story. All of these stories have similar things in common, but there are some things that are different, and I think Mr. Dunsville is going to talk about it in a little bit.
I've been kind of quiet about it, and I think you guys deserve to know my perspective on everything and what my side is and what I've been kind of dealing through. And I also want to put a disclaimer here. I am not Sonic93. I am not speaking on behalf of her. I am speaking on behalf of me. I do think that there is information that contradicts her story, but I think first and foremost, you guys should come to your own conclusions and never blindly believe anyone. However, with that, I promise you guys that I am telling you guys the full truth. I am being 100% honest with you guys. I am not lying about anything. I genuinely want to give my perspective about this. This is not a hit piece on Sonic93. This is me discussing what I think the problem is and my experiences with it. There's only so much I can know and can't know from this extremely multi-sided situation. So anyways, first of all, what happened? So about a year ago, Sonic93 made a video on a silver fan.
I'm gonna speed up this up just a little bit because I think by now everybody knows what's going on. But if you don't, you can go ahead and watch the whole thing. But I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit until it gets back to.
Girl. This was a completely random person. Nobody knew or cared who she was. She wasn't really doing anything to harm anyone. But this random deviant artist made a list on why Silver is a flawed character. And Sonic93 felt the need to make a video on it. However, it wasn't just that she made a video on it. It's that she made a video where she constantly screamed and belittled her opponent multiple times throughout the whole thing. My favorite example of this is when Sonic93 extremely aggressively and loudly shouts, "What the fuck is wrong with you, seriously?" at this little kid, this random little DeviantArt kid. Soon afterwards, Alduin Gajinka made a commentary video on Sonic93, criticizing the over-aggressiveness of that original video. A couple months later, I eventually discovered that Alduin Gajinka video. And as someone whose channel was heavily inspired by those Akai Dahlia and Yoshiwi 1 rants by Sonic93 and Amy Chan, this video really shocked me and really made me question myself a lot. And I felt the need to make a video chronicling the career of Sonic93 and her eventual downfall from a slightly personal angle. However, I also wanted to see if there was any missing context from the original video of Sonic93 screaming at Melody Sugar Plum, the deviant artist. However, by the time that I found out about the situation, Sonic93 removed the video from her channel, so the only thing I had to go off of was Alduin's commentary video. I even asked Alduin if she had the original file, and unfortunately, she said she didn't. So the only thing I had was Alduin's commentary video. However, after watching Sonic93's video on Alduin Gajinka, I don't remember a point where she discusses any context in that original video or any missing points. It just seems like she's just making up stuff as she's going along. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but there really doesn't seem like I missed a whole lot from not having that original file. So anyways, after that, I made my video on Sonic93. And it's personally a video that even after all this time, I'm still really proud of it. However, it was a really hard video to make emotionally. I vividly remember tearing up when beginning editing of it. However, I think it was a video that was needed for me to make. I was right off the heels of True Love Heart Part 3, which is easily my darkest video I have made. And both True Love Heart Part 3 and Sonic93, both of those videos were made during one of my darkest points in my life. I alluded to this in my Etika video, but what basically happened, without going into too much detail, was that I was going through both a pretty bad breakup and a really toxic friendship where my ex-friend was being extremely clingy towards me and would verbally abuse me over the dumbest of things. And the reason why I hold True Love Heart Part 3 and Sonic93 in high regard is that these videos, me making them and just getting all this emotion off my chest, genuinely helped me through all of this. Just seeing these stories that kind of parallel what I was going through emotionally, it really helped me. It genuinely helped me. But at the same time, the reason why I was tearing up when making that Sonic93 video, when I started developing it, was because I knew that somehow one of my idols would eventually come to hate me after the video. And I guess that did end up happening, but I didn't expect it to happen so late and so randomly. Anyways, after I made that video, Sonic93 made her now deleted apology video on the situation. A video that I actually reacted to live in a live stream that you can watch right now, and it was a live stream where I literally had an emotional breakdown during it because I couldn't really process, or I had trouble processing, that I kind of hurt one of my idols, someone who really helped me create what I do now, someone who I genuinely care for and look up to. And after that, Sonic93 and I actually did a Discord call together, and that was a really surreal experience because that was someone who inspired me so much right there in a Discord call. I was hearing their voice, not in a video, but in front of me. The 10 months after that was basically me trying to help Sonic93 in any way I could. I made a redemption video on her, which I actually sent her early to get her feedback on it. I invited her onto my podcast. I invited her onto the John Gray video. And I even invited her onto the Gotchaverse 2 Part 2 video, although she ended up backing out because she wasn't comfortable with the source material. Now, a lot of this I know is kind of already said, it's already been told and kind of already out there, but
Yeah, a lot of everything has already been said, and Mr. Jonesville does a very good job with it. But I'm gonna stop Mr. Jonesville's video here and see if I can actually find one of her own videos. Oh. Well, why not watch this and see part of what he's talking about?
I'm gonna rip you.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the second part of the mini rant series regarding of justifying myself of the drama last year.
Sonic93, darling, why are you doing this really deep, announcer-like voice? It's really not like you. Not that I have anything to say about voice acting, but it does not suit you or your character well at all. I mean, it might just be a minor nitpick, but it really makes me uncomfortable listening to that.
If any of you haven't watched the previous part of the series, I recommend you take a look at it before moving on to this one. Also, big thanks and credits for the amazing intro goes to Minnie the Meanie, who will join us next time when we talk about Dumbsville.
All randomness and jokes aside, this part I'm going to be talking about this certain person that started this whole unnecessary mess of the drama.
No. You started this whole unnecessary mess of a drama. You started it, Sonic93. Not Alduin Gajinka, not Melody. You. You took out your feelings on a 15 or 16-year-old girl. You made her feel terrible to be a Sonic fan. You made her feel like her opinions were not valid. And Alduin Gajinka went out of their way to make a video going against your opinions. There is no way in heck that Alduin Gajinka started this whole drama. You started it, and you dug it up 1 year later to start it all over again. Let's continue.
None other than Alduin Gajinka. Now, before I'm gonna say my opinions towards this horrendous joke of a video, let me just say that before the video was even made, she was acting such a troll by saying stuff like, "So is that fucking real?" with a long of wink smiley faces on my community section 2 or 3 times.
Where? Where's your evidence? Where's your screenshots? Where's your, that scrolling thing people do sometimes on their YouTube or their Twitter? Do you have a Twitter? Does she have a Twitter? Where is your evidence?
Sadly, I can't provide evidences because I consider and still consider her as a troll and didn't want to give her my reaction as
It doesn't matter if you don't want to give her your reaction. Give us, as the audience, evidence so that we can make our own conclusions.
she obviously wanted or expected me to give. So I removed the comments she made. More details on that later. Now, let's
How
talk
much later? We'll see.
about my overall opinion towards the video before going on with my very first commentary, actually. It has got
So the Akai and Dahlia series and the Yoshiwi 1 series weren't considered commentaries? No? Okay.
to be one of the worst videos I have ever seen in my entire life. And I'm not even exaggerating when I'm saying this. I am dead serious. The video is supposed to be a quote-unquote commentary and correct my wrongdoings, but I can't call this a commentary.
What would you call it? A review? A expose? What would you call it then?
Can't even call this a rant video. This is straight up a troll video. I mean, seriously, how can you expect me to take this as critique?
How can she expect to take your video as critique?
Yeah. Ruth. I don't know if you saw the title of the video, but it was mostly about complaining about Sonic games and why their characters are handled so poorly in the story. It wasn't a video praising Silver's personality and what they like about him.
And she does that throughout the whole video.
So, she's pointing out all of your fallacies with your arguments. Isn't that what a commentary is supposed to do? Point out fallacies with arguments and suggest ways on improving those arguments?
It was really hard to sit through. It was so offensive, not worthy of my or anyone else's time to watch for that matter. And it was literally 44 minutes of
blah 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 blah.
If the video was supposed to be the sort
I want to know where you got that Mother Gothel gif or video clip. I just want to know.
of what I did wrong, for anyone who doesn't know what's going on, why do you feel entitled to act like you're better than me? If you're going to call someone out, you have to reason with them, give them constructive criticism, not attack or harass them, and most importantly, have proof of their behavior. That's what I did with my Kai Dilia and Yoshiri 1 rant.
But you didn't think about doing that with Melody? You did that with Yoshiwi 1 and Akai, but you didn't have the decency to do that with Melody? There's one word for that. Hypocrisy.
And Alduin Gijinka did nothing of that sort. Her video literally made me look like the bad guy without proper evidences, and even though she had so-called proof, they weren't actual proof, and her arguments were very weak, very insulting, and very repetitive.
Unlike yours?
I don't understand for the life of me how this video got so much attention and was the source of this whole drama. And I definitely will never understand how someone I thought would believe my words over some racism and now bluntly belittling me and act like I did everything wrong that is somehow justifying how the video was made.
Ruth, 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 darling, sweetie, did you, script this video? Heck, have you scripted any of the videos in this quote-unquote series you're doing? Because from the way you're sounding, it looks like you didn't. I try my best to script all my videos. You can probably hear the paper I have. A few of my videos are unscripted, but I digress. With a script, you can go by bullet points and a logical, straightforward argument path instead of bouncing back and forth or repeating the same crappy points. We get it. You love Silver. That doesn't mean you can dig up old drama from a long time ago and expect people to care. That also doesn't mean you can scream at people for not agreeing with your views. I like Silver too, but I have many of the same problems with him as Melody does. Does that mean you're gonna hunt me down and scream at me at the top of your lungs like you did with her? And I'm guessing in this video doing with Adwin Gajinka? Only difference between us is Melody is a 15, 16-year-old girl. I'm 21. You're 26, as far as I know. You need to act your age. And for Pete's sake, make sure you have evidence for things that happen to you. Take screenshots, have recordings, pictures, something to let us know that you're not pulling these claims out of your booty. And please, don't rely on your white knights to do the work for you either, honey, because they may not get clear evidence and tweak it to fit your narrative. People mess with and crop out screenshots all the time, so who can say they won't do the same? Sonic93, like the title of my video says, you're beating a dead hedgehog at this point. Plenty of people, some videos one of videos I've already shown, have made a video about you. Maybe even 2 or 3. Alwyn Gachinka, Ghosty EXE, Box of Fox, Nani, Just a Robot, Wild Paws, Dylan Thomas, Peppermint Loser, Dumbsville. Do I have to list anyone else? And each of them has been trying to tell you the same thing, but you plug your ears and go la 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 because you do not care. Simple as that. I used to love your rant videos, sitting on my bed watching you and Amy-chan tearing apart the arguments of a DeviantArt weeb or two. But now, 5 or 6 years later, you've become what you've hated. Your rant videos back then were poorly made and executed, and I'm sorry to say that you might have improved on sprites and editing, but you've gotten worse on all other aspects. As a side note, I didn't mention Amy-chan in this video because she has absolutely nothing to do with all of this drama. She's a great person, and I'm glad she was able to branch off and do her own thing. All I'm saying is that you should put this drama where it belongs, straight back in the hole you dug it up from. The pettiness and name-calling, screaming, threats, all of it needs to stop. You make me ashamed to be in the Sonic fandom. Because of your actions, people may start thinking all Sonic fans are this way. Prove them wrong, Ruth. That's all we want. I'm sorry if my video got a little sidetracked there, but I couldn't even sit here and watch through. You can see the timestamp. I'm not even past 4 minutes in this video, and already my stomach is feeling sick. I can't deal with with this anymore. It's too much. I wanted to make a video for so long, but I decided to wait because so many people have already made such much better videos than mine. Thank you for watching this. I haven't made a video on a big topic like this in probably ever. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm just bashing you. Sonic93, I'm not trying to witch hunt you or your supporters in any way. It's hard to make a video on you when so many others have done something similar to and much better than me. Subscribe for more, leave a like, and comment below on what my next video should be about. I would love to hear your feedback. This has been Reen's Reviews, and I'll be signing off now. Bye-bye.